morning, Muscatine, and happy Wellness Wednesday. I hope you all have had an amazing start to your week, and hopefully you are going to have a fun weekend coming up. Just a reminder that on Friday we do have the Muskie Boys basketball game against Pleasant Valley, and that is going to be at 7:30 p.m. If you can't make it in person, be sure that you can watch here on Discover Muscatine, also MPW and Channel 3. So you have plenty of ways to watch on YouTube or Facebook. So be sure to cheer on our Muskies this Friday at 7:30. It is Wellness Wednesday, and we are here with Rachel Pohl from UnityPoint Health in Trinity Muscatine to talk about some of the things that are happening for 2023. Good morning.
Hi.
Still? You all right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're
I wanted to
good.
make sure that was good. You could hear me.
Yes, you are good. So in case some people don't remember, could you give us a little reminder of what you do here at UnityPoint?
Yeah, so I'm the executive director of the hospital. So I oversee all the operations of the hospital and the clinics.
Very nice. And so going into 2023, what are some of the improvements that have happened within the clinic for patients and staff?
So we've been working on our facility, keeping it safer for patients, keeping it safer for staff, and really just trying to make the amenities look nicer and really just preparing ourselves to take care of patients in the safest possible setting. In a setting that is going to be able to serve patients for years to come, and that the staff can feel proud to work in, and that patients feel comfortable and that they trust us taking care of them.
Very nice. And going into some of those like improvement projects, a lot of it has been happening. There's been a lot of changes too. A lot of it has been expanding into women's health services here in Muscatine community. Can you talk to us about that?
So we've really been trying to focus on the prenatal side of things and the postnatal side of things, which what that means is if you're pregnant and you need to have your appointments with your doctor, you can schedule those locally. We partner with Dr. Pohl, and she's actually does her deliveries out of Trinity Bettendorf in the Quad Cities. And she comes down on Wednesdays right now, and so she's scheduling those appointments for prenatal visits and for postnatal visits. And we also are doing a lot of general women's health services as well through the clinic, and so we're able to provide those. Sandy Ball is the name of the provider that completes those services for us, and that's a lot of general women's health care with our team locally. And then on top of that, we've been trying to really add in some of these surgical procedures in the OR as well. And so Dr. Ely is the name of the provider that's completing those services in the OR for us. And that's a lot of general women's health care in the OR or procedures. For us, it's always just how can we decrease the need to travel? How can we decrease, someone needing to find all of the ways to get out of, if they need to go out of town for these services, we want to be able to bring that back for the community. And so we've been really working towards that in the OR space and just trying to be creative with these relationships and find ways to bring that care to people locally.
And are these new services like just within 2023 or probably just within the last 6 months too?
Yes, so very much 2023 will continue, but it has a lot of these partnerships surgically is within the last few months, so about last 3 months.
Okay.
And over on the clinic side for prenatal and postnatal care, we have been offering those, trying to really ramp it up over the last year. So we're hoping to see continued growth.
Very nice.
Yes.
I love that. And I would say the traveling is definitely the most important part,
Yes.
Especially who knows what Mother Nature is ever going to bring us.
Yes,
so it's
especially
nice.
in the winter months, and
yes,
try and decrease that travel for sure.
Yes, the traveling is never the most exciting part during the winter.
Yes.
And some new services that are happening is also providing for ENT disorders. Can you talk to us about what that is?
So ENT, so ear, nose, and throat. And Dr. Thomas is the name of the provider that the surgeon who does those services for us in the OR. A lot of, I think, the most common procedures that we would know of, especially parents probably have heard a lot about, would be tubes for ears, and tonsil and adenoids procedures, as well as some sinus surgeries and procedures that he helps us with. And so, again, really trying to bring those services back and keep them local in our own ER, out of our own short stay with our team down there, because we are, we really try and be cognizant of how challenging it is when people have to travel for those, especially because many of them, luckily, are really quick procedures. And, we just want to be able to do that locally. That's something that historically we were always offering locally, and so now that we're able to sort of bring some of those back into the OR and short stay space, we're excited to be able to do that.
And a lot of this too is something just for anyone that wants to know a lot more about this is talking to their doctor to get more information from it.
Exactly. Talking to their providers, talking to their team members, and that help take care of their family members or themselves or their kids, and just having those conversations about next steps and what would be best. Yep.
This is a lot of, there's so much happening already, and it's
really
only
is. Yes,
the 11th.
Yes, that's true.
It's only the 11th, 11 days in, and there's
Yes.
so much happening here. And not only that, you have 2 awesome events happening, one in January and one in February.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us about what's happening next Wednesday?
Yes, so next Wednesday, Dr. Saga, who works in our internal med clinic here locally at the clinic, he is offering an educational program. It's going to be held at the library, and it's on preventing dementia and just how to really live a healthy life. And there's been so much interest that we are working with Discover Muscatine to find another way to offer that so that it can reach more people and that education can be spread throughout the community. He is such an amazing doctor, and he's just the right person to deliver the message, and does so in a way of really thinking about how you can take care of your whole self, and how to really some of those topics that are difficult to talk about, how to have those conversations and work through them. So we're hoping that will be the start of a series and kind of continue this on for the community, and just partner well with the community in terms of bringing information to them in a way that's helpful, and keeping again it local and with our providers who do such a good job of caring for them in the clinics. And so we're excited to partner with him on that and hold that at the library next week.
We had him on the show a few months ago, and he was talking all about this too. And so for myself, I'm a part of the Walk to End Alzheimer's.
Okay.
And so my husband, he's lost his parents due to dementia and Alzheimer's. So this was something that I was very drawn into. He had a lot of great information when he was on. So you said there's almost 100 people already?
Yes. And so we were really excited about how quickly everything, how quickly the seats filled up, but it also really told us, okay, this is a need of the community, something that they would benefit from learning more about. And I think that we just want to continue to find ways to bring that to people that live here in Muscatine with our providers. And so we're going to continue to work on that. And this will be, I think, the first of hopefully many series and events like this.
I think that would be great too. I mean, a little education, just little small steps, little action habits that they can put into their lifestyle.
Yep, absolutely.
I think something like dementia is something very serious to really think about. And even if you're the one going through it, or even the care provider, where they can go in those action steps for both routes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then in February, so we've talked about dementia, now we're going to start inspiring with high school. What is happening in February?
Yeah, so in February we are doing what we're calling a career exploration day. And so we have about 160 high school students that we will bring through here in about 2 sessions during the day. And really just hoping to start having those exciting conversations for students that have already said, okay, I want to do something in healthcare. I think I want to do something in healthcare. And what does that look like now? And how can I start learning from people who are already in those professions? And so we're going to have panels with some of our doctors and PAs and NPs to talk to students about questions that they have. And then we're also going to have some hands-on, simulation with some of our mannequins for things like placing chest tubes and IVs and CPR, and really just trying to have students be able to have a full experience of what it would be like if they worked in healthcare. And more than anything, I think just really working to develop that relationship early on with students that are interested in healthcare, knowing that we're the local hospital and that this is potentially the future generation of people that will be continuing to take care of our community. And so being a good partner there with the school district and being a partner with some of these students and hopefully future employees. And so we're really looking forward to that, and hopefully we're able to answer some questions for these students and learn about them and let them learn about us as well, because I think as someone who grew up here and then ended up, through my career finding my role at the hospital, you just always want that to be on the forefront, that this is a great, landing space if you work in healthcare and you want to serve your local community in that way.
Yeah. And then we were talking about this before the show, is like, growing up, you say, oh, I want to be a doctor.
Yeah.
You don't think about how many different roles and different positions just the word doctor could
Absolutely.
be.
What does that mean? And, what are all the different options? And then you start thinking about, okay, well, if that's my end goal, what are things that I could be doing right now? Or how can I use my, my senior year to best set me up for that goal? And so we're really hoping to, work with the students on answering some of those questions, and also just, like I said, trying to plant the seed a little bit, in the sense that we're doing a lot of this care locally right now, and we're taking care of our own community, and that might be a potential opportunity for some of them in the future as well.
And I got a question for you. So say that maybe there's a sophomore or junior, or maybe even like a parent that's watching that already knows that their child wants to go into the medical field.
Yeah.
What are some of the classes that you would recommend for them to potentially take, whether it's like a type of science class or
Well, I
anything?
think the really great thing that we're learning, through this career exploration day, is that I think there's such a focus on that right now at the high school. And I really think that opportunities like this will, set people up for success.
Yeah.
I think that those are questions that we're really hoping, when we have the professionals here at the hospital meeting with students, they can say, this is something that is required, or maybe this is something you might really learn, you might just learn and be able to develop, whether or not you are really interested. I think that there were always, there's always some of those helpful hints too, partnering with MCC, or what classes could you take while you're in high school to move you along this path. And so we're really hoping to touch on questions like that and get some of those answers for students, because I know that it's an exciting time to think about, but it also can be overwhelming.
Oh yeah.
And so we want to take away some of that, questioning, and just partner with them along it.
I was never good with science, so don't ask me a science question. I tried like the whole forensic science thing, and it just was not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
But it's really cool.
Yes, but it is. You're right. It's challenging, and it does require some planning to be as successful as you can be with it. And so hopefully we're able to be a little bit a part of that journey for students.
And for the career exploration, what's the date, time, and location for this?
So that is all being managed through the high school. We're going to be hosting it February 10th.
Okay.
And so, like I said, we had so much interest and so many students that we are splitting it up into 2 events, or 2 sessions on that day. And so, we're just really excited that the high school reached out, and that we're able to be a part of this and just serve, another portion of our community still within the healthcare spectrum.
I love it. Just creating inspiration. I think that's what kids need, is they just need to see it from that actual profession.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, it is only the 11th, and there's so many amazing things happening. I mean, a lot of improvement projects, a lot of updates within the hospital.
Yeah.
Women's health is growing, which is awesome.
Yes.
Being able to provide for ENT too, which is so important, and especially for anywhere from infants to adults. That's always a great tool to have, and just less traveling.
Yeah, that's what we're really hoping to do, is just bring patients, back to the hospital more, and provide those services here locally, and be a good partner, and decrease the hassle that can go into the travel required at times. And so anything we can do to be creative and fill those gaps is what we want to be doing. And so we're lucky to be entering into some of these relationships with providers that bring those services back to our local community, because that's always our goal.
I love that. Do you have like one big goal that's happening in 2023 for UnityPoint?
I think, our biggest goal this year is really just focusing on the relationships. I think, relationships with our team members, keeping a strong team. We have so many amazing people that work here. And how do we continue to foster strong relationships with our team, strong relationships with our physicians and PAs and NPs, and then, relationships in the community. And so how do we foster and get more people in here, like through opportunities like the career exploration, and how do we, kind of take this show on the road a little bit, and through events like Dr. Saga's talk at the library. And so just really trying to, meet people where they're at, whether that's a high schooler who thinks maybe they want to be a nurse, or if that's someone who's caring for a loved one with dementia, how do we find a way to bring, the knowledge and the support and the resources that we have as a hospital and as a clinic, and make it as accessible to the community. That's our goal overall. And so I think just really focusing on those relationships this year is key for us.
I think that's a great goal. I like that. And relationships, not just community branching, but creating relationship with people in the community.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
I love that. That is a nice word for 2023. Is there any additional information you would like to share with us? I know we covered a lot too.
Yeah, no, I think just, as always, I think anytime we hear about what our patients are interested in learning more about, we want to make sure that we're partnering well and meeting them with. So I think some of these events will allow us to do just that. So hopefully just more of that, more growing and learning together.
I love it. This is great. I think this is a lot of information. Like we said, we'll keep you updated about the Dr. Saga event that's happening next Wednesday, being able to potentially broadcast this. So if you can't make it in person, you're able to see it and still get the education.
Yeah.
And hopefully, like you said, I hope these are more like a monthly.
Yeah, I hope we're just able to keep it going, keep getting more information out there and help our community.
Well, perfect. Well, thank you so much for
thank you.
joining me for Wellness Wednesday. A lot of great things. So easy way to get more information about any of this is always just talking to your care provider.
Yep, absolutely.
Love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hope you have a wonderful rest of your week and enjoy this weather.
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
Beautiful. I know it's only 40 and I'm like, I want to wear a t-shirt right now. Perfect. Before we wrap up, I just want to say thank you to our sponsors for our show, Hy-Vee, UnityPoint, and Trinity Muscatine, Muscatine Power and Water, Becky Insurance, Toyota of Muscatine, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, Impact Fitness and Nutrition, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Impact Life Blood Center, Harper Cycling and Fitness, Muscatine County Fair, Bayer of Muscatine, and Muscatine Walk to End Alzheimer's. Remember, Friday is the 7:30 game, so try and go in person, wear your purple, support our Muskie boys basketball, and until then, stay happy and stay healthy. I will see you later, Muscatine.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we're here to serve.
When you buy a vehicle at a multi-brand dealership and it isn't locally owned, it can be difficult to get information that you need.
That's why all of our trained salespeople are focused on one thing, getting you the best deal possible on a new or used Toyota.
And when you pick your favorite, we will help you with financing and maintenance.
We love helping our neighbors.
Come to Toyota Muscatine today.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.
Hi, I'm TJ Deere, General Manager here at Toyota of Muscatine.
Hi, I'm Megan and I'm from Muscatine.
My name is Logan and I'm from Muscatine.
Here at Toyota Muscatine, we believe in investing in our community.
And that's why all our members are local to the Muscatine area.
It's why we give generously to charities based in our city.
Because we believe that giving back means paying it forward.
That's why an investment in us is an investment in our community.
Okay guys, we've been through a lot together. We all know sometimes it gets hard, but it's okay to not feel okay. You know what helps? A good book or going for a walk. Not now, Fred. But what really helps is to talk to someone. Because to take care of each other, you gotta take care of you. If you need to talk to someone, your doctor will listen. UnityPoint Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
When you buy a vehicle for Toyota Muscatine, keeping your vehicle safely on the road is our highest priority.
We offer scheduled maintenance and extended service hours for those unexpected repairs.
Our service department's mechanics are dedicated to providing you with the highest quality of care.
Feel free to ask any of our friendly staff if you have any questions.
Come on down to Toyota Muscatine today.
We've all been through a lot together, and along the way, you'll find out who really cares for you and who you can trust. Because there's a lot of stuff that happens in life, like those days when the amazing happens, or those days that are really, really hard. That's why you need someone like UnityPoint Health. Because when it comes to your health, you gotta have someone you can trust. UnityPoint Health. Know how much you matter to this world.